Let me ask you something. When you walk into a room, do people immediately feel your presence or do they overlook you? Do colleagues stop and listen when you speak or do you fight to be heard? Because here's the truth. In business, your confidence gets you in the room, but your gravitas determines whether people follow your lead once you're in it. That's right, gravitas. That invisible force that says this person knows who they are and I trust them. Everyone talks about wanting influence, wanting to lead, wanting respect, but you understand that gravitas is the foundation of all of it. So today we're going to break down how you can build unshakable professional gravitas, the mindset, the presence, the command that takes you from being seen as merely capable to being recognized as having the total package of professional presence. Stay tuned because we're going to cover 10 specific traits that create gravitas, and when you master them, you won't have to ask for authority anymore. People will just assume it. But first, if you're serious about leveling up your career, hit that subscribe button right now. Around here, we don't coast, we rise. Here's where it starts. Emotional control. The professionals who rise fast, they don't get caught in chaos. They own the moment. When everyone else is losing their cool, they're composed. When tension spikes, they refocus the team. They aren't paid to join emotional battles. They're paid to stabilize them. Think about the people on your team that you've admired. They respond. They don't react. Reactivity leaks power, but response, well, it directs it. Ask yourself, in high-stress moments, do I ground others' emotions or do I feed into their tension? When you have control of your emotional state, you project authority even in crises. Like it or not, your image shapes your perception. People judge your capability long before you say a word. So study the people 2 levels above you because their wardrobe, well, that's your benchmark for so many things. Whether it's finance or law, just aim for formality. Sharp tailoring, confidence in your attire. You're not fishing for compliments. You know you look good. In tech or sciences, polished business casual that signals competence and comfort is your friend. Don't think of appearance as a vanity metric. It's visual alignment with where you're headed. When you look like leadership, you feel like leadership. And the energy that follows influences how others respond to you and how you ascend. Now, let's elevate that emotional control. Professionals who exude gravitas, they don't amplify emotions. Instead, they absorb them, redirect, and steady the room. Just picture a heated meeting. Voices rise, tension crackles, then one person lowers their tone, slows their breathing, grounds the room, and instantly everyone recalibrates. That's gravitas in action. The individual with professional presence, notice I'm not speaking of executive, but professional presence, those on the fast track to the executive suite, they're currently setting the emotional thermostat. You see, if you raise the heat, the team will burn out, but when you cool it down, everyone thinks clearly. Start practicing this every day. Arrive centered, speak slower, listen before reacting. That's how people begin to trust your presence under pressure. Your voice carries your personal brand. So no, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. If you speak too fast, people feel your anxiety. If your voice is too soft, they lose interest. And when it's too slow, well, they question your sharpness. The professionals with the most gravitas have a voice that says, I'm steady, I'm here, I know where we're going. Follow my lead. Now, let's talk about the pitch of your voice for a moment. Higher pitches often read as overly eager or nervous. So if that's you, lower yourself slightly. You don't need to fake it, just relax into your resonance. I once coached a woman who worked in finance and who was known for her brilliant insights, but her speed and the tone of her voice made her sound unsure. But when she learned to slow down, drop her voice an octave, and pause, everything changed. People started quoting her ideas and referring to her as executive material. Think of it this way. A grounded voice equals grounded confidence. Gravitas thrives on calm precision. Professionals who project authority, They don't overtalk. They land their points cleanly and succinctly. To accomplish this, you want to avoid filler words like like, and no. And here's the surprise. Choose deliberate silence instead. What you'll be doing is using phrases strategically. Pauses give weight to your words. They let the room catch up and lock in on your message. In moments of tension or persuasion, less noise creates more impact. Here's the paradox of presence. It's not just about talking, it's about listening. Professionals with true gravitas listen fully. It's the kind of listening that says, I hear you and I value what you're sharing. When you listen actively, phones down, eyes on the speaker, people feel safe to express themselves, and that calm presence earns deep trust. And trust, my friends, is currency in leadership. Try it. Rephrase key points others make, nod and take notes. Engage. You'll be shocked at how fast you rise when people realize you're not just speaking, but you're actually present with them. When things go wrong, weak professionals freeze, but Gravitas helps you move into action. You don't run from decisions, you own them. They don't blame, they assume responsibility, and that's what creates trust. When you take the fall and still move forward, people recognize you as reliable. Every tough call builds your professional presence equity. Gravitas isn't perfection, it's the courage to stand tall when your decision's tested. Are you with me? Confidence says, I trust myself. Arrogance says, you should trust only me. The difference is humility. When you're confident, you share credit, you invite input, and you stay teachable. When you're arrogant, you isolate yourself on ego island. True gravitas blends assurance with grace. It doesn't need to dominate to be heard. It just is. Think of it this way. The most powerful people walk softly, but they make the ground move. Professionals who exude gravitas, they don't solve today's problem. They see tomorrow's connection to it. That's strategy and foresight. To start zooming out more often, ask, how does this project serve our broader mission? What chain reaction could this decision cause a year from now? When others think tactically, you think architecturally. People instinctively look up to that level of awareness because the big picture thinkers radiate calm and control. Now, integrity is when your words and actions, when you're in alignment. Authenticity is when alignment becomes effortless. It's just who you are, even under pressure. People sense honesty and they can spot a disconnect instantly. They choose transparency over spin. And combine that with body language. Keep your posture open and upright. Match your gestures with your message and maintain steady eye contact. You don't need to fill space. You just need to own it, and to accomplish that, you need to stand like someone who's comfortable in their own authority. That quiet confidence will draw people in before you say a word. Emotional intelligence is gravitas. It's managing your inner world so that you never lose your outer impact. You read people's energy and you adapt. You calm, you don't escalate, and you empathize rather than personalize. And as you sustain this level of poise, you start earning something priceless, and that's your reputation. That's because over time, consistent reliability turns into credibility. People describe you as the one who gets it done, the steady one, the person you trust. That's professional gravitas, fully realized. So let's close strong. Gravitas isn't rare, it's practice, it's a choice, it's a discipline repeated. Every day you control your energy, refine your communication, and stay true to your values. You're becoming the kind of professional who doesn't demand respect, you just naturally command it. When your words, your presence, and actions align, people will follow you because they feel your stability. And when you bring that steadiness consistently, you don't just influence meetings, you shape a culture. You've got everything that it takes to start acting like the leader your next chapter demands. Show up with purpose, power, and presence because your gravitas is already inside you, just waiting to be activated. If this message resonated, subscribe, share it with someone hungry for growth, and comment below. I'm building my gravitas because this isn't theory, it's transformation, and the world needs more grounded, purposeful leaders, starting with you.